Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I'll be going over Week 0 college football best bets. This will be your place all year long for college football prop picks. I'll be doing this via Prize Picks, so all my picks can be made on Prize Picks. I would like for you to subscribe and like my video. That way, you can also turn on your notifications. So when my video comes, you can go ahead and get the best value for your picks. These numbers do move, so it's best if you go ahead and get your numbers first and early. This market is not very huge. I'm one of the only people that are concentrating mainly on college football. I won't be really paying too much attention to any other sport during this time. So I'm doing a lot of research. I'm doing a lot of projections, and I'm gathering a lot of information for you for college football. I'm basically specializing in this so you can get a lot of good information. And like I said, if you love the picks, pick them. If you don't, then don't pick them. Take what you want, leave what you don't. This is just information for all you guys. I will be tracking all my picks throughout the year. Full transparency, straight up, straight down. You'll know exactly how I'm doing. So this first week, I would like to go ahead and bet light just because there is limited information, but I'll be using my projections and my information from last year to go ahead and make these picks. Without further ado, here goes my picks for week 0 college football. My first pick will be Caleb Williams. If you watch any of my previous videos, my season total videos, please go check those out. There's a lot of great information there. But if you go look at those videos, you'll know I love Caleb Williams. His fantasy score is at 31.6. I got him projected for his fantasy score at 31. I really love this pick for multiple reasons. Caleb Williams, like I said, he's playing against a defense that's going to struggle against USC's wide receiver core. He has a very talented cast around him. He's a very talented person himself, and I feel like he's going to have a field day versus San Jose State this week. I feel that there's no way that he can go under this number unless it's a blowout. So hopefully the game stays close. That's why you just see two confidence emojis up there on the screen. If I knew it was going to be a close game, I would go ahead and give him 3 confidence emojis. But once again, I'm really confident with this pick. So go ahead and lock in Caleb Williams over 27.5 fantasy score. It's actually 4 points lower than what he had last year and almost 4 points lower than my projection. Next guy, we got Shaven Corderio. I hope I didn't say his name wrong, but I probably did. It's okay. I know he's definitely going to hit this week for us. His fantasy score last year was 24.3, and his projection fantasy score, I have him at 23.5. There's multiple reasons I love this guy, but one of the main reasons is he's a dual threat guy that can definitely throw the football. He's a transfer from Hawaii. So he at Hawaii he was productive, but he was very productive last year. As I mentioned earlier, USC is going to be scoring up and down the field, and that's going to force San Jose State to also throw the football and score a lot. I feel like he will be able to get some yards and some good passes on USC defense. I don't feel like their defense is as good as it should be, as well as the other Pac-12 teams. Their defense is not great. So I see that Cordero will be able to throw the football and he will have to compete with Caleb Williams. I also know that last year, due to my research, he only had 2 games where he was under 18 fantasy points. With that being said, I love the number that they're giving us here. And that's why I got him over a 17.5 fantasy score. Next guy I'll be looking at is Grayson James. Now, Grayson James is not well known. You can pretty much argue he's an unknown player. But we have 59 point total for his game, so they're expecting a lot of points. He should be down in this game, and they'll force him to throw the ball a lot. He's going against an explosive La Tech offense, and I think the La Tech defense is pretty young. So similar to our previous picks, this will be a high-scoring game. Grayson is a guy who was a three-star recruit coming out of high school. So the fact that he won the job in camp shows that he truly won it. It's not something where they have a 4 or 5-star. They're just elevating him because the boosters want him to. He's actually a guy who won the job in camp, straight up and straight down. And I love guys like that. I love guys that actually competed and won the job. I have him projected at 220 yards, passing yards for the year. I feel his number's too low, so I love his over 200.5 passing yards. Next guy we're going with is Smoke Harris. Now, Smoke is a guy that he's entering his third year, where he's getting a lot of playing time for La Tech. He's a good guy that catches the ball after the catch, so he gets yak yards after the catch. He catches the ball and he runs for a lot of yards. He had a kind of a slump last year, but I feel like he's going to come back better than this year. Last year, he only had 13.2 fantasy score, and I have him projected at 17.5, which is a huge jump because I feel like he's going to get a lot of targets this year. He is competing with other good receivers for La Tech, but I feel there'll be a lot of passes to go around. I don't love the defense they're going against. FIU defense is going to struggle. I feel like La Tech offense will be going up and down the field. Last year, he averaged about 5.5 receptions a game. I feel that'll go up. I feel like his yards will go up, and I think he has a good chance of getting in the end zone. And with all that being said, I love Smoke Harris over 13.5 fantasy score. Next guy we're going to be looking at is Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith from UTEP. Okay, the Miners basically begged this guy to come back. He almost transferred out to Texas A&M. So the fact that he's back, you can expect a high usage rate for him. I believe they're going to definitely give him as many opportunities as he had last year or more. Last year, he was at 18.5 fantasy score. I got him projected at 20 this year. So I'm expecting him to do a lot better. Jacksonville State's defense is mediocre. And I have the over at 54 points via Bovada. So their point total is pretty high in all these games that we're looking at. I feel like he's going to be a guy that's going to be getting the ball and making a lot of plays. He has great speed. He has great ball skills. And the quarterback and him have good chemistry. With all that being said, I love Tyron Smith over 15.5 fantasy score. And I have 3 Pop King emojis. So I'm really, really, really confident. Smash this and go ahead and parlay this and also mix and match this pick as well. Now to my final pick. I got Sam Hartman, Notre Dame. Sam is a guy that's coming up from Wake Forest. I've always thought he was a really good quarterback. I didn't really play him for his season total, but I don't feel like this game is going to be much of a match for Navy's defensive backs versus Notre Dame's wide receivers. I feel like these guys are going to be getting open all day long. Last year, he threw for about 300 yards per game, and I have him at 270 this year. A regression, but that's just based on possible the defenses they'll be playing and maybe the way they'll structure the offense. Although I don't believe they bought in a guy like Sam Hartman to hand the football off. They needed a major upgrade at the quarterback position, and they got it with him. And I feel like Sam Hartman will have the opportunity to throw the football around. That's one of the reasons why they bought him in. I don't see any reason why he'll go under this number today. And I feel like Navy will struggle to stop Notre Dame's offense. His playmakers will make plays for him, and Sam Hartman will easily go over 240.5 passing yards. Now for a recap of today's picks, I got Williams over 27.5 fantasy score, Cadero over 17.5 fantasy score, James over 200.5 passing yards, Harris over 13.5 fantasy score, Smith over 15.5 fantasy score, and Hartman over 240.5 passing yards. Like I said, if you love this video, go ahead and like it. If you love this video, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to have great videos for you all year long. College football, I'm your one-stop shop, 100% transparency. I'm giving out great information. So you can, like I said, you can pick my picks blindly, or you can do your own research on my picks. I'm here just giving you more information. Of course, all the plays that I'm putting on here, I'm going to definitely play them. Let's have a bull market, and you guys have a great day.